A major WWE star is out with an injury. Plus, title match plans for Clash in Paris may have been revealed. And John Cena's next opponent, we can see. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Do you like that, Fraser Porter? We can see.
We can see him. We actually can
Wabba-doo.
see him.
That's exactly it.
We can see him now.
We'll talk about that in a bit, but let's start off with some news about Damian Priest. He was reportedly injured coming out of SummerSlam. Last night on SmackDown, we had an idea of what's going on with him.
Yeah, so this has actually been an ongoing thing for a while, but he's been fairly beat up this year. Like, he has been having wars in the ring, and he's been suffering some minor injuries. But obviously, last week on SmackDown, match between him and Aleister Black, they had a little bit of a scuffle after the match, and Aleister Black just launched him into the steel steps. Now, on SmackDown last night, Aleister Black was the one to give us this injury update, which makes me think there's maybe a storyline. It's more a storyline than a legit injury, or they've just gone, we should probably give Damian some time off here. But he says that Damian is suffering from a hairline fracture on his jaw and is out of action for some time. Now, obviously, as you said, there were slight reports that he's been dealing with stuff. It's just a good cover. Get some heat on Aleister Black. And I like to see some more. It gives Priest a little bit more of a reason to come back and go straight for Black.
Hairline fracture to the jaw seems very specific, though. That's the thing.
Too specific. It's too specific, which makes me think, I think it's a storyline here where they're going, we just need to give him, he needs 2-3 weeks off.
I think it's the opposite. I think because they've mentioned that it's a hairline fracture to the jaw, that is his legit injury, that Damian Priest has got, and Malachi Black.
Yeah.
Aleister
Black.
Aleister. Yeah. It's so
all these
many names.
There's too many names.
Black has said that I did that. And I think that's the way they're leading into. I think when wrestlers get legitimate injuries, it's a case of finding a storyline reason to have them. Like Gunter at SummerSlam, whose nose split into smithereens. And he was going into SummerSlam with a legitimate nose injury anyway.
And they covered it, yeah, I guess. I just like to envision that Aleister Black put on his long doctor's lab coat, walked into the hospital to find his medical charts so that he could find out it was a hairline fracture. He needed to know. He was doing some stealth ops into getting there. He was like Solid Snake.
Staying with injury talk, over to AEW we go, where Tony Khan has given us an update on Switchblade, Jay White.
Yeah, speaking on My Mum's Basement with Robbie Fox, what a name for a show, by the way. He says that Jay White is one of the best wrestlers in the world and got injured along the way. He is out and unfortunately is going to be out for a long time. Now, it seemed Jay White has injured his hand during a match a few months ago. That set him out, but also has been dealing with a possible shoulder injury. So it looks like he's just, again, like Damian Priest, he's burnt out and he's maybe a little bit just needing to recover from injuries and get back into the best form. Sucks to hear that he's going to be out for a long time, though. Yeah,
just one of those guys, along with the Bang Bang Gang. I was really enjoying their work.
They're cursed.
They are cursed. That whole faction is flipping cursed. The Hurt Syndicate lost a member in MJF recently. There was some speculation as to why this ended so abruptly. Well, the Observer has said that the alliance with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate was supposed to last much longer. That was not an MVP request, but supposedly from another member of the group.
Ooh.
So that's why the angle was cut off so quickly. Won't speculate as to who, but clearly somebody in that group didn't like doing stuff with MJF.
Yeah, I feel like it's maybe a case of they want the Hurt Syndicate to be something, and then having MJF in there maybe adds a layer of comedy to it because of how well MJF blends that seriousness with the comedic elements. Either way, I really liked what they were doing with MJF and having him in that group. Though obviously it made the Hurt Syndicate slightly different than what maybe they had envisioned it originally to be, and just hurting people. When you've got MJF in there, it's a slightly different dynamic. But I would like to have seen it do more and seen just them finish the program, at least.
Yeah, it would at least have some sort of conclusion to it. Would have been quite good. A hard break on the MJF Hurt Syndicate story, and a hard break, it seems, on Ron Killings' current work. So we had Ron Killings come back, head shaved, serious Ron Killings. But it looks as if, based on what we saw on SmackDown last night, that's not going to be the case anymore.
No, well, he ran into his childhood hero, John Cena, backstage. Now, John Cena is no longer a diddler. He's back to being a good guy. He's good old babyface John Cena, and that warms warms the heart of one Ron Killings, who's back to being R-Truth. They met backstage. He was a bit confused because Cena's now a good guy. They did a little mirror thing, which you can see in the image behind us here. And basically, he's like, yeah, maybe the world is right. We're both good guys again.
But it was John Cena who confused R-Truth by suggesting that it was R-Truth that was heel John Cena. He's going, I can't believe you did all that stuff, where you said that you're going to, you don't like the fans, you're going to ruin wrestling. What was all that about? Anyway, it's good to have you back.
Good to have you back.
And R-Truth just looks confused at what's just transpired between them.
It would be a shame if they drop the serious aspect of R-Truth so soon and kind of abruptly. It feels like there was a lot of, and it might be, there's also a bit on the fans on this aspect because he came back so hot and over, and then every other appearance after that first 2 weeks, that was just not really enough, and WWE didn't give enough to him to continue that momentum, and the fans didn't really care after he was out of that Cena feud, I guess. So there's fault on both sides there. I don't know if I have an interest in seeing more John Cena R-Truth stuff at this point.
No, I don't, but I want to see more of this sort of split personality of R-Truth, and this is something we were talking about before we came down here, in the sense that whilst it is possible they might have binned it, there's also the possibility that it is this duality that lives within R-Truth. So you've got silly R-Truth, but then so when you push him too far, he becomes Ron Killings, and he is going to rip your face off. Yeah, like
bell rings,
like
and he transforms.
I kind of like almost akin to when Mankind became Cactus Jack.
Yeah,
like that sort of thing.
The 3 faces of Killings.
There's the 3 faces of Killings,
and you've got Little Jimmy in there as well.
Little Jimmy is, of course, another face in there.
Or Tricky Ricky, that was it, right? That was the other name he had on SmackDown.
Pretty Ricky,
and he put the teeth in, and
that's
the 3 faces of truth.
Let's never do Pretty Ricky.
I think we should bring back Pretty Ricky, and then we've got R-Truth and Ron Killings, and they can have 3 entrants in the Royal Rumble next year.
I mean, that's quite funny.
Yeah.
But let's not do Pretty Ricky ever again. John Cena was well and truly back in Super Cena babyface mode on last night's show, and he addressed Brock Lesnar at the beginning, saying that if Brock Lesnar wants some, you can come and get some. And he, in fact, said, anyone in the locker room, if you want some, come get some. And that, of course, brought out the man in question himself. Here he comes. It's Logan Paul.
It's Logan Paul. Logan Paul versus John Cena. Looks to be what we're going to be getting at Clash in Paris later this month. I am kind of surprised at this one. I didn't expect Logan Paul to have one of Cena's final feuds. We're getting really close to the end now, and I'm quite surprised we're getting that as a standalone match. Clearly, Cena likes him. If we believe Triple H, it's all Cena picks. If we believe John Cena, Triple H just throws people at him, and he does the work. So I don't know whose choice it was to have this one. No doubt it will be a good match, because they can both... Well, Cena gave a 5-star match at the weekend, and Logan Paul's, unfortunately, quite decent when even if he has time to prepare, even if he has to rehearse it, he's unfortunately quite good.
It led to a tag match on the end of SmackDown last night with John Cena teaming with Cody Rhodes, who saved him from a beatdown from Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre against Paul and McIntyre. Match ended in a DQ with a low blow from Logan Paul. But what happened after that match set the stage for Clash in Paris for another match, in that we had Cody Rhodes getting claymored into the flipping announce table
Literally
by Drew McIntyre.
Through the table, through the entire table, just and it was a great moment. I'm really buzzing to see Drew back in that title picture scene. It's been a long time since I feel like they've given him his props, and deservedly should be in that top spot. It's very funny though. They go, "Ooh, we've got a big show in Europe. Break glass in case of emergency." Drew, you're in the title match. Are you winning? No.
We have a show called Clash.
Yeah,
get Drew in the main event.
Exactly. It's got any show with Clash in it has to have Drew in the main event, and thankfully, maybe there's not going to be any bloodline interference here. Maybe there's not going to be a CM Punk interference here, but I feel like it's not going to end without an interference if Drew's in the main event of a Clash pay-per-view.
It could end with John Cena attacking Drew McIntyre. It could be John Cena getting involved because Drew McIntyre has laid the foundation for being one of John Cena's final matches. What did he say in an interview?
He said to CEN Sporting Capital, I need to get one of those last matches. Now that he's Super Cena again, I don't want any part of these last 6 months. What a waste of time. Now that he's back to Super Cena, if that match happens, eventually I'll be very happy to send him right into retirement. He's doing a great job in Hollywood. Peacemaker is amazing. I'll be happy to kick him out the door and continue the good work he's doing outside of the company. What a match that would be. That is a match I want to see. When's the next show after Clash in Paris? That would be...
That's one in September.
There's one in September. I can't remember what it's called, but it's going to happen. I want it to happen.
Crown
there.
Jewel?
Crown Jewel in Perth. That's it.
There
it's in
you
Perth.
go.
So if we get the match there, that would be great. Either way, Drew back in that top picture scene. Can't complain.
Honestly, it's a good time for Scotland. The Fringe is on. Oasis are there this weekend. And Drew McIntyre is back in the title hunt. And Fraser Porter's on your news. What more do you need, Scotland? This is a good day for
Give me a
Scottish
pizza and we'll be happy.
Oh, do not threaten me with a good time. How did it go last night with you and Ian Gibbons?
It went fantastic. Join us every Friday for some watching some bad films. We watch No Holds Barred right now. You can watch the VOD. It's still on Twitch. Or you can sign up to patreon.com/cultaholic and you can get the whole backlog of all the VODs that we have from Twitch. And we'll be back with Ready to Rumble next week.
Also
on the
Patreon right now as well, you can watch the punishment that I took on that made me feel very sick and has ruined the guest bathroom at my home. You can check all that out there and all the other previous punishments at patreon.com/cultaholic. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.